Thank you. Oh, I think I see you, Stanley. Hi. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
I'm sorry. Yeah, tell me. I'm just gonna listen. So sorry if you don't see my face on time.
That's okay. Before you go, will you introduce yourself and tell us your name, where you're from, what NAF Academy you graduated, and I believe you're at school right now, if you want to tell us where you are.
Sure. Thank you so much. Hi everyone. My name is Stanley Basile. I graduated in Markley High School in Florida. So I was in Finance Academy. At first, I was in engineering academy for like 3 years. And then later on, I was in both, like at the same time in my senior year. So it was really like an amazing experience. And then I graduated in 2022. Now I'm in Fort Myers and FGCU as a freshman.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
Roxana, will you introduce yourself? I know you're in the car.
Sure thing. Hi, my name's Roxana Barenvand. I am an alum of the Academy of Finance from Gaithersburg High School back in 2004 and 5.
And what are you doing now, Roxana?
Right now, I am working as a senior program manager for the innovation team within the mayor's office for the city of Baltimore. Excited to be here again, and also just kicked off with NAF's mentorship program this year. Really enjoying that program, and I think just here to hear about more ways to be engaged as an alum.
Thank you so much. And just welcome everyone to our kickoff to Alumni Month 2022, Why Be an Engaged Alum. I think everybody knows me, but my name is Susan Kleiman. I'm the Manager of Alumni Engagement here at NAF, and I will let Keisha introduce herself next.
Thanks, Susan. I actually am just pulling up to my parking spot. Hi, everybody. Keisha Taylor. I'm excited to see new faces. Team, and excited to kick off the month with all of you, and excited for you to participate in a few other programs that we have going on this month. So thanks for being here.
Wonderful. Thank you, Keisha. And we have some NAF staff on the call. Welcome. Liz, will you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Liz Perez. I'm the Chief Partnership Officer here at NAF. I work with all of our employer partners and other partners, and Keisha and Susan as a team is now within the partnership group. So our goal is to ensure that we're able to incorporate experiences for alum as part of our partnerships with all of our employer partners. And I knew this was happening today, so wanted to be here and listen to you all.
Thank you, Liz. Thanks for taking the time. And Mel, please introduce yourself.
Sure. So I am Mel Saga. I'm an alumni from the Northport High School Academy of Finance. And I am also the controller at NAF.
Thank you very much. And Mel, I might ask you later just to talk about some activities at Northport, since I know you're on the advisory board.
Sounds good.
And let me turn it over to two members of our Alumni Leadership Council who will be leading this session along with me, Jennifer Montgomery and Ray Lopez. Turn it over to you for some introductions.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer Montgomery. I am Academy of Finance out of Detroit, class of 2008. So I'm super excited to be here and to kick off this Alumni Month.
And hey, everybody, my name is Raymundo Lopez. I am a graduate of Harmony Magnet Academy, part of the Academy of Engineering in 2015. And currently I'm a deepwater drilling engineer for BP America. Excited to be here with Jennifer and the greater team.
Thank you, Ray. Jennifer, do you want me to share my screen?
Sure.
1 second. Can everyone see this?
Yep.
So,
Yes.
and Jennifer, I don't know if you had an icebreaker. I know it's a small group. If you wanted to ask Stanley or Roxanne or anyone any questions, or if you just wanted to get into it or share your story a little more, up to you.
Well, it is a smaller group, and we did a pretty good introduction, so I don't know if we necessarily need to do an icebreaker. I think we can kind of go into it.
Okay.
So I suppose if you want, I can, say my piece about my involvement and all of that jazz.
We can do that, or we can do them all at the end.
Okay.
Sydney's, if you'd like to do that.
Okay.
And let me go to the next slide. So, why be an engaged alum? This is a program you went through in high school. Why on earth should you stay involved after graduation? And the answer is that there are so many benefits to being a NAF alumni and staying connected after high school graduation. And so I wanted to take a few minutes and share a couple of slides, and these are kind of hot off the presses, about all of the benefits that you enjoy as a NAF alum. So all alumni, regardless of age, are receiving our monthly e-newsletters. They have the opportunity to attend a variety of in-person networking events and NAF national events, as well as our virtual events, of course. Access to the new alumni job board, which also has internships, and our alumni LinkedIn group. And we partnered with a company called Life Brand to provide free social media scans to ensure your online presence is not bringing up any harmful words or content that employers might see. And then we've kind of broken it down. We have some benefits for new graduates. As Roxana knows, we have an alumni mentorship program, and she's a mentor in that currently. That's where college age alumni are mentored by seasoned alumni professionals. So I really recommend that for all college age NAF alums. We have summer internship opportunities. If you are Academy of Finance and you're going into accounting or a related field, we have partnership to get a discount on the SIE exam. Of course, we have all of our virtual professional development sessions. Stanley was at our back to school college series. I don't remember, Stanley, which session you were at, but that was a great 3-part virtual series for college students. And of course, we can connect with some apprenticeship programs. And then for young professionals, we have an opportunity for you to continue your education with Thomas Edison State University, and also connect with City Year AmeriCorps opportunities. And really, there are so many opportunities that alumni have to just get involved on a local and national level with students and pay it forward. And kind of nationally, you can become a mentor in the alumni mentorship program, speak at a NAF national event, host an alumni networking event in your city, serve on your local advisory board like Mel does, and join the NAF Alumni Policy Ambassadors. If you're interested in government affairs and policy, we will have a virtual session on policy. And also Jennifer and Mel might talk about how you can get involved locally. If you just want to speak at your high school or be on a panel or judge a competition, there are ways to do that too. And you can always contact me, sklyman@naf.org. I am there to answer any questions. We have a LinkedIn group just for alumni. I'm going to put this link in the chat at the end so that you can access this. And we are on all of the social channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So you can always find us, and we post a lot of interesting information about what's going on with local academies and nationally. And if you haven't heard about it, I'm so excited to share that NAF has launched its first ever alumni survey. And You see this giant QR code on your screen. I tested it, it works. Every alum on this call, I'm gonna take a minute, take out your phones if you're not driving, scan this barcode and just pull the survey up on your phone. You can take it later, no pressure to do it now. We're giving away 60 Visa gift cards of varying amounts if you take the whole survey. But really, we're looking for input on your academy experience, and we want to learn from you what you're doing now. Would you like to stay engaged? How was your experience? So let your voice be heard, tell your friends. I'll also send a follow-up link to the survey tomorrow. And we just so appreciate you taking your time to do this. And I also want to highlight that we have 2 more virtual events in Alumni Month. There is the post-election briefing and advocacy training led by our policy team, and a session all about grad school led by our ALC Vice Chair Lauren. These QR codes should work. Again, I'll send the links as a follow-up, but just know that these are open to all alumni, regardless of age and location. And we also have in-person events. I think, Roxana, you might be coming to either the Washington, D.C. or Maryland event, if I'm not mistaken, that we might see you there.
Correct. I think it's up by College Park. I'm looking forward to it.
The Maryland one. Yes, thank you so much. So if you're in any of these areas, I can give you some more information on these. But I didn't want to talk too long in this because I really wanted Jennifer and Ray and Mel, and we have an alum from Hawaii who made a video, Sydney. I really wanted everybody to share their stories about why they're involved and what are the ways that you can get involved locally, stay involved. So Jennifer, I'm going to turn it back to you because I'd really like to hear your story because you've really stayed involved in Detroit for many years and organized alums and given back to your academy.
Yes, and it makes me feel very seasoned, but I am so just grateful for the experience that I have in NAF. It really, in the Academy of Finance, it really just changed the trajectory of my life, essentially, because just my homeschool, was great, but just being a part of the academy just really gave me that extra advantage that I needed. So I, like I said, graduated in 2008, and I actually started off being involved in the alumni portion of it, from getting actually emails from Keisha. I would see, emails about actual alumni month. And I was like, wow, I would love to, connect with, local alumni in Detroit, but we were not doing anything at the time. And so for some reason, I just decided, that I wanted to begin to host networking events and everything for Alumni Month. So in Detroit, it's very cold. And so I think it was that next year in the summer, I had created and kind of planned with the previous director over the academy and got students together. And I think that was in 2014 where I hosted my first networking AOF alumni event, and it kind of just been happening since then. I want to say about 2019, I joined the ALC, which is the Alumni Leadership Council, which I'm so proud to be on, and also helping now with the local alumni engagement, so that, kind of pulling together, local areas where alumni are so that you can connect. I think that it was so important. And what made me so passionate about staying connected is because, when I first graduated high school, I had a 6-week internship that turned into 5 years of being at my job. And it was just the most amazing experience I ever had. In high school, actually, it was a practicum work experience, is what they called it at the time. And then went into the internship, was there for 5 years. I actually connected with alumni locally, and they were telling me about someone that was on our advisory board who had, possibly some opportunities. They remember me from high school. And so I said, well, let's meet, let's catch up. And it kind of started from there. So my next job ended up being a connection through, NAF. So just right there is enough that kept me really engaged and just kind of really transformed just my career pathway. And so if I can help, garner those same type of relationships and kind of get people to realize that there's so much talent, so much network, that, that's what I'm here for. And so connecting with Ray, who's all the way, on the other side of the country from Detroit, and just, how powerful is the network. And so many different opportunities. I now serve on the board in Detroit, on the advisory board. And so it just kind of, it's a full life cycle for me. And so that's kind of like my long story of like how I got back involved, and just kind of why I'm so passionate about NAF and the alumni network. And so I encourage anybody, alumni, to just stay engaged and to tap into their network locally and, through, the full network. So that's my piece.
Jennifer, what do you do on your advisory board? What is it?
I don't have a full role or a specific role. I think since COVID, we've just been really trying to gear back up, and, but my standpoint is just important as alumni, and just kind of letting them know after so many years later, after I've been in the program, what worked and, what was beneficial for me, and helping to develop those. So just from the alumni standpoint of just advocacy and just trying to make things happen in Detroit.
Thank you, Jennifer. Ray, will you share a little bit about your story and how you went from Porterville to where you are now and why you're involved?
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, everybody. So my name is Ray, and so like Susan mentioned, Porterville, that's originally where I'm from. And chances are none of you have heard about Porterville. It's a small town in Central Valley, California, so the West Coast. But this area is predominantly known as one of the least educated areas in America, like other areas, metropolitan areas within the US. And so being from this area, I really didn't know anybody that was like me, that was an engineer that looked like me in all reality. So going to the Academy of Engineering was extremely beneficial to me within high school, because I started getting kind of, garnering my interests and really fostering my growth in engineering. So I went to school in Alaska and kind of stepped away from NAF for a little bit, because, I went and pursued my education. And from what I understand, there might not be a NAF Academy out there. After graduating from Alaska, I started working full time, and then went just recently, well, I say recently, about 2 years ago now, moved to Houston, Texas. And, at the same time, I wasn't really connected back. But then COVID happened within that time, and suddenly everything started going virtual, and suddenly giving back to my community didn't require a flight home. It just required a phone call. It just required a Teams meeting. And my academy was really, really good. And not just the academy, but the entire pathway program within Porterville was really good at setting up events where, the sophomores would listen to previous graduates, or the juniors, all as a conglomerate. And suddenly I was able to speak to masses of people that had similar backgrounds like myself, from the same community, and really speak light into the opportunities that they can have if they continue, paving way through the academies and pursue secondary education pathways, or just, any kind of trade school or whatever, but so long as they continued on the path to further develop themselves. So that was, eye-opening to me, and I'm sure to many of you guys. First of all, being an alumni doesn't, it shouldn't end. I'm sorry, I should say that being an alumni is a new chapter within the NAF Academy, and it opens up new ways to really serve. But secondly, it also kind of, and I don't mean to sound selfish, but it benefits you at the end of the day, because you get to see people that were maybe in your stages of life a few years back, and it kind of motivates you and incites you, because suddenly you have motivation, that drive that sometimes I might lose from my day-to-day engineering duties, but then I see someone that has that energy and drive, and suddenly it just propels me, and secondly, giving back to these people is extremely beneficial, because it's easiest to motivate, or it's easiest to encourage people that have similar backgrounds like you, because they see you as an example, someone that persevered, someone that pushed through. And typically speaking, people like you are people from the same demographics or from the same geographical area. So being an alumni has not only benefited me, I'm sure it's benefited others, but it just goes back to that collective that, NAF isn't a one-stop shop 4 years in high school. It's something that continues on really for the rest of your life, because you can always give back, and you can always learn from those that you're giving back to.
Thank you, Ray. Ray, you're actually a two-time mentor in the Alumni Mentorship Program now. Can you just say a few words about that? I know Roxana's a mentor, Mel's a mentor. Why did you choose to be a part of the program, and what have you gotten out of it so far?
Oh man, I love it. And I spoke up about it at the NAF Next conference, and I just told everybody that my mentee might learn a few things from me, but I really learned more from my mentee in our reality. So I've done it twice. My first mentee was James Meshugan, and then my second one is Melissa Lascano, both scholar students, both collegiate students, both in an engineering track. And like I said, they really do motivate me in some way, right? Because I see myself in their shoes, just that drive, that discipline, and those wild dreams that they may have, and it propels me. So I might give them tidbits of mentorship or advice, but really they're the ones that are mentoring me half the time. So I love it, and I hope to continue doing the mentorship program.
Thanks, Ray. Stanley, I'm going to reach out to you in 2023 for you to join the program if you want to.
Yeah, I would love to.
I'll
Would
let you
love to. Thank you.
Mel, will you come off mute and just talk a little bit about how you went from Northport all the way through, the start of your career, and why you came back to give back in Northport and work at NAF?
Yeah, so it's all very connected. So not too long of a story, but fortunate, Northport has a really strong alumni network. A lot of it is because of our academy director. She really stays in touch with everyone that graduates from her academy, and she really goes above and beyond to make sure you're getting the job that you want and you're making the moves that you need to for your career. So she's just incredible. So a lot of it is down to her. But I joined the advisory board the year after I graduated. So almost right out of high school, I joined the advisory board, which I'm learning now is kind of not the usual path. And I actually attended NAF Next as an advisory board member to try to build out our advisory board, try to see how we can do more for our students. And our academy director introduced me to was our CFO at the time at NAF. And he just mentioned to me, hey, we have this job that we're posting soon. If you want to send me your resume. So I sent him my resume. Nothing happened for a few months. And then all of a sudden I got this email saying, hey, we're looking to actually fill that position now. Would you be interested in interviewing? At the time, I was 100% set on going to PwC. I had a connection there from my academy, so it really wasn't something I was interested in. Went in for the interview. I figured, there's nothing bad. It's like nothing bad could come of going for an interview. Speaking to everyone, just being in the office, I absolutely loved it. Then your mind starts to go and you're like, I got so much out of this program. Every part of my career path, my education, I can directly link to NAF. So why not give back to them and join their team and do this for other students? So it was kind of not where I expected to go with my career, but now looking back, I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I absolutely love working for NAF, and just getting to be part of conversations like this and seeing stories like Jennifer and Ray, like it's just such a wonderful experience. So.
Thanks so much, Mel. We did have one other Alumni Leadership Council member, Sydney Millard, class of 2006. She's from Hawaii and she couldn't be here today. She is on a work trip in South Korea and I've seen the pictures. It looks amazing, but she did record a video and she wanted to share some of her experiences. I know we're close to time, but I did want to share this video. Hopefully you can all hear it. So bear with me here.
Aloha, I'm Sydney Millard and I'm from Waipau, Hawaii. Graduate of Waipau High School, class of 2016, Academy of Engineering. Today I'm going to share a little bit about being alum of NAF. Sorry if it's a little bit loud. I'm here on my balcony here at home and people are coming home. But anyways, first question, how did I get re-engaged in NAF after high school? So 17-year-old Sydney apparently knew what was up and signed up to get alumni emails, and from there I had applied back in 2020 for the alumni award, the NAF Alumni Award, and from there I had received that award, and then just ever since then I strive to kind of stay involved and do this as an extracurricular, kind of to give back to the organization. That definitely helps with it so much in my high school career. And then the next question, why do you choose to stay involved with NAF? Again, it's really because in high school, I gained so much from the Academy of Engineering, that NAF organization. And even though I decided not to go into engineering, realizing that from that NAF Academy experience, that engineering was just not it for me. But those experiences, the people that I met, the connections that I made, definitely helped me to get to the place where I am today. So super grateful for that. And NAF is a group of super fun people to work with and to be around. So definitely happy to be here and happy alumni month. Thank you.
Wonderful. I know we're at time. I want to see if anybody has questions or if our ALC members had anything else to share before we wrapped up.
I would just say, feel free to join the next events throughout the month because some of those virtual ones are going to be really good.
Yes, I'm going to put them in the thank you email that I'll send out tomorrow. All about policy on the 14th and all about grad school on the 16th. And for anyone here right now, we do have a little survey. I'm going to pop it in the chat. And when I mean little, I mean it's going to take you 1 minute just to tell us what you thought about this session. But I think, do we have any other questions?
Yeah, hi Susan, this is Roxana. Just a quick question. I would love to learn a little bit more, have clarification about the difference in the roles of the advisory board versus the leadership council.
Sure. So the Alumni Leadership Council is really just a small group of alumni, maybe about a dozen. They hail from around the country and they get together quarterly to help plan alumni events. They participate in and speak at NAF national events. They offer just support in different ways for NAF. So that's kind of at a national level. And then advisory boards are really at a local level. So your former academy or district might have an advisory board, maybe more than one, for alumni and others, business partners, other local community members to give back to the NAF academies. Mel, let me know if I missed anything on that.
Pretty much got it.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah, I'd love to learn maybe if you have any contacts locally about folks from our advisory board, be able to connect with them.
Sure, I'll find out about that.
Susan, yeah, I was going to say we definitely have Candace for her to connect with. So we absolutely have someone for you to talk to.
Yes,
excited
and
to have that happen.
She's actually the host, Roxana, of that Maryland alumni reception that you're going to attend at the end of the month. So you'll actually get to meet her in person.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. And how is it going with your mentee, Roxana?
Things are going great. My mentees, Maya, and yeah, we've been able to meet monthly, and I'll just echo what was said earlier. I feel like I'm learning a lot from Maya, and just happy to be able to help her in her career growth and path. She has some different areas that she's interested in, so I think connecting her with folks who are subject matter experts is kind of what's happening now. But yeah, I'm learning a lot from Maya and myself, so I'm really grateful to the program.
Wonderful. And we're so happy to have you in it. Thank you. Well, I don't think there's any more questions. I'm going to stop the recording here.